Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the Holstein Association USA's Dairy Price Stabilization Program. My name is John Meyer and I serve as the CEO of the Holstein Association, whose membership includes approximately 30,000 members from coast to coast. Our membership includes adults and children of all ages, and some of our members milk thousands of cows while others have small herds. The Holstein Association is governed by dairy farmers for dairy farmers, and we are headquartered in Brattleboro, Vermont. We have a strong commitment to the future of the dairy industry and the dairy farm families of the United States. In January of 2009, the Association's Legislative Affairs Committee recommended to the Board of Directors of the Association to lead an effort toward a dairy price stabilization program for milk in the United States in order to stabilize the peaks and valleys of milk prices. The board unanimously approved the recommendation, and since that time, we have developed the Dairy Price Stabilization Program with good input from dairy farmers from all across the United States. Basically, the Dairy Price Stabilization Program will eliminate the volatility of milk prices, the extreme highs and lows that make it so difficult for people in the dairy industry to manage. Without such a plan, the roller coaster ride of milk prices will continue, and it is likely that the dairy industry could go the way of the poultry and pork industries with vertical integration. If we do not provide milk price stability soon, we may find that in 10 or 20 years, all of the milk produced in this country will come from 150 to 200 producers, and they will just have 2 or 3 buyers of their milk. Here to visit with you more about the Holstein Association's Dairy Price Stabilization Program is Gordy Cook, a dairy farmer from Hadley, Massachusetts, a member of the Board of Directors of the Holstein Association USA, and Chairman of the Legislative Affairs Committee, along with Lindsay Warden, Communications Manager of the Association.
I'm Lindsay Warden, here today with Gordy Cook, a member of the Holstein Association USA Board of Directors, to discuss the proposed Dairy Price Stabilization Program. Some critics of the program say that U.S. dairy farmers don't need any form of milk supply management. How would you respond to those people?
I would just respond that we have been in the habit of trying to make all the milk that we can possibly make, and other people would be responsible for marketing it. It seems that it would be more practical for farmers now to start to think more along the line that why not make what we can market and do it at a more advantageous price than what our current situation is.
In its most basic form, what will the program accomplish and how will it help farmers be more profitable?
What the program tries to accomplish is simply to manage our milk production along the lines of what milk is needed. A committee will review what they expect the domestic disappearance to be, along with any possible normal government purchase programs and maybe some export that's actually demand for export, and try to make that amount of milk rather than just make lots and lots of milk that's unnecessary. And with a perishable product, it reduces the price for all of it.
Briefly, what are some key points that are important to remember about the Dairy Price Stabilization Program?
Well, the key points is don't think you're in this alone. This is going to be mandatory. Everybody's going to be involved. There will be a committee that will review what the needs of the marketplace are, and they will set the amount of allowable milk marketings as well as a market access fee for to be used in our the basis of this program.
Now, will this program allow for new dairy producers to enter the industry?
Absolutely, it'll allow for new startup dairies, but I think it's fair to be honest. Do we need a lot of new startup dairies in the industry at a time when our prices are terrible because of the lack of demand for the amount of milk that's being made? The new startups will be able to come in, and in fact, they will be treated even a little more favorably than people that are in production today. If a new startup, and I mean an absolutely new startup, someone who is brand new to the business, will actually have a longer period of time to make their initial 1 year payments of an access fee than an established dairy.
Is the Dairy Price Stabilization Program designed to replace existing programs such as MILC and CWT?
No, not at all. This is a standalone program, and this is a mandatory program. As you know, CWT is a voluntary program, and less than 70% of the people participate. And the MILC program is something it helps prices up to a certain amount. It is our hope that if this program is enacted, it will reduce the government's payments from an MILC program. That it will not get to that trigger point of MILC payments.
How would the Dairy Price Stabilization Program impact imports or exports of milk and dairy products?
I don't expect it'll have a large impact on either of them. There are people that say if the price of milk gets too high domestically, it will attract more imports. I think imports will come here if the tariffs aren't in place, or if the marketplace and elsewhere enhances export by some countries. Those exports may get here, but I don't expect it'll be a big play from the import side. Export side, if there is a valuable demand for export milk will be available. But to win the export race, you usually have to be cheapest. And I don't know if we can afford, since we're not winning the export race now and everyone's losing money now, I don't know if we can afford to be cheapest and still maintain a production industry.
How did the Holstein Association arrive on the name Dairy Price Stabilization Program?
Well, our board picked that name at our meeting. It came out of our March board meeting, and it really was that we did not expect that this program to enhance prices per se. What we're trying to do is to stabilize the marketplace. And we think that if we can do that, we can stabilize the prices as well. Did we need $25 milk a while back? Probably not. Can we survive $9, $10 milk? Definitely not. What we hope to do with this program is to stabilize our industry, stabilize the price, stabilize the marketplace, therefore the name.
I understand that there's been a change in the market access fee being assessed on only new milk as opposed to all milk. Can you explain that change?
Well, the problem is when we started it, I think that there's a misunderstanding of what all milk is. All milk has different thoughts and different definitions by some people, and so to be fair and to have everyone treated the same, like we have tried to do in anything that Holstein gets involved with legislatively, we try to be fair to East Coast, West Coast, large farmer, small farmer. New milk is new milk. New milk will be that milk that's over and above one's earned base. And new milk is treated equally to everyone. And it seems like that is by far the fairest way to do it for all of our membership and anybody in the production industry.
How can interested individuals initiate action for the program?
Well, interested individuals, whether they be producers or other people that want to see maintained dairy farms, can go to the website, Holstein's website, holsteinusa.com. And there they will be instructed as to how they can contact their legislators or how they can contact Holstein for more information.